Good morning, friends. Good morning to you. I pray you're well. I pray that this day finds you in good stead. Good morning, everyone. Hello. We are in this beautiful place today. Hey, Jamie, good morning. Hello, friends. Good morning, everybody. Everyone is doing well. Right? How pretty is that? That's one of the reasons I wanted to share it with you all today. That there is. Hey, Donna, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a terrific birthday. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Quite a joy to be here good morning, everyone. See a couple more people coming along. We'll let a couple more folks connect. Hey, John, good morning to you. I am in beautiful Hingham, Massachusetts, here at Glastonbury Abbey. And there goes the... Good morning, everyone. All right. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Vicky, glad you're here this morning. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, everyone. It is such a joy. We have been on retreat here since Monday evening at Glastonbury Abbey, and so welcome on this day, this Wednesday at 11:11 on this beautiful day, the 15th day of November. I hope that everything finds you well today. And I wanted to share a little beauty with you today, that we might see and know what this. Perhaps you recognize what's going on here behind me, but this is a labyrinth. Now, and I want to talk a little bit about the labyrinth today in the sense of the spiritual journey. When having been on retreat, there's this real joy of getting the chance to actually spend some time simply working on our connection with God, simply spending a little time with one another and with letting the Lord speak to us. And it's been rich and good. There's a very good chance we'll do this again next year. So if any of you anywhere want to join us, we'll let you know the details as things come along. But today we're in this. We've been here in this place with this beautiful Benedictine monastery. Have been just given incredible hospitality by the monks here, but one of their pieces of hospitality is offering the opportunity to walk a labyrinth, which is right behind me. You can see maybe the entrance to the labyrinth right here as it arrays itself and then heads off to the left and into the journey of the labyrinth. I wanted to bring you to this because, first, if you've never had the opportunity, I know it's not much in the congregational way or any of these disciplines are not about. If you ever get a chance to walk a labyrinth, there's a number of different ways to do it, but it's a beautiful and wonderful discipline of entry into it. But really, I want to talk about the history of it a little bit because I think it actually has something even deeper to offer us. That the labyrinth, which had, as a practice, is about maybe 1,000 years old ish, about the high Middle Ages, and the most famous in this pattern that we have behind us comes from the Chartres Cathedral in France, and it's an inlay in the floor of the cathedral. Now, why would you go kind of walk on a maze on the floor? for one of the things about high middle age spirituality, and one of the things invited, by the way, it's not just a high middle age Christianity. Every tradition on the planet has some kind of pilgrimage. It was this journey of pilgrimage. So if you couldn't go to Jerusalem, which was the high pinnacle moment of what it was to go on pilgrimage, if you couldn't afford it, if you couldn't get away, if you simply didn't have the means or the ability to get there, you could take a pilgrimage to your local cathedral. And at your local cathedral, there would be this labyrinth, and you could walk this labyrinth as a mirror to the journey to the center, to Jerusalem. And so you would walk this path this meditative path on the cathedral floor as a way of bringing you into the holy center. You know, a lot of people talk a lot of smack about kind of the Dark Ages, but some of these traditions and some of these ways of connecting to spirit, I think, are actually way far smarter and far more transcendent than a lot of the stuff we do today. That they actually have deep and powerful meanings for us. But the pattern of the labyrinth isn't just this rando pattern kind of thrown onto the ground, or just this sense that there's actually deep and powerful imagery in it, and connection. That one of the things that actually becomes, I see it again and again and again, a mirror for our own spiritual journey. You see, for instance, let me give you this. Let me give you this example that if you look at the beginning here, you can see that there's this that the center is just right up there, and that it's almost as you enter the labyrinth, right between these two large stones, as you enter the labyrinth, it's almost as if you're going straight to the center. So many people who are kind of called to faith, who kind of come onto the spiritual path, who have an encounter with Christ and have an encounter to come closer, there's almost this immediate kind of rush for it. Not everybody, but entire traditions in many ways are built around this. The Baptist tradition in many ways seems to be built around this idea of the radical conversion moment, right? Like have you taken Jesus, and as your Savior, and that conversion moment is the thing that seems to springboard you forward towards the Holy Center, that answers all the questions and does all the things. But actually, once you get into it a little bit, you realize that's not quite the case at all. However, whatever tradition we come to understand our walk as and our pilgrim path as, and we kind of in the congregational tradition understanding ourselves as truly pilgrims on the road, that we come to walk this pilgrimage to the Holy Center that actually gets us onto the path, kind of rockets us into near the center, but then we take a quick left turn, boop, and you're off to the races. And you will come closer, and you will come further. You'll be right there, right next to the center up there, and then the labyrinth will shoot you out to the periphery. How many of us have had that experience in our life where we'll have this moment where we think, oh gosh, things are good, life is good, I'm connected and whole, and people love me, and before you know it, we're one bad phone call, we're one moment, we're one operation, we're one diagnosis, we're one car accident away from a radical transformation, and we seem to be shot out into exile without God, and somehow can't even find the Holy Center anymore. That these practices, and this practice in particular, is actually deep and beautiful, and has a mirror to it. It's a mirror to it of our own inner journey, about what it is to find our holy center, what it is to be in real communion with the one who made us, and that is a walking journey. That's a journey that takes us from this call and this place around and around and around. And at the very end, by the way, if you see that the ending and the beginning are actually right next to each other. I don't know if you can see it or not, but as we walk in here, that right next to it over here is the straight shot into the center. That we will actually, when we find ourselves back at that place where we first encountered God, where we first found some warmth and some grace and some peace, where we first found that it's actually that instead of it not being, instead of it just being the incredible flash at this, when after years on the road, after trials, after heartbreaks, after moments we think we're there and getting shot out to the end, we find back to our simple faith. We come back to the places that first called us into this relationship in the first place. It's actually the moment of arriving to the center. And then at the center, we find the turning around place where we come to turn around and do it all back again and unwind this thing that we have wound. Wherever you find yourself in your life, whether you find yourself on the outer edges of this of the journey, whether you find yourself close to whether you find yourself just kind of contemplating and wondering what's this all about and what's going on in there and what's this journey of spirit actually bring us. That at its heart, that at its center, there are really only two mistakes. There's really only two mistakes. The first is never entering the labyrinth to begin with, or at least never acknowledging that we enter the labyrinth, because truly God is always trying to call us home. The beautiful is always calling out to us. The true is always weighing in on our life. The good is always showering over us with every great meal and every sunset. So the first mistake is never really entering the path to begin with. And the only other is thinking we can get off of it, thinking we can get out of this journey. We can jump over a wall somewhere along the way while we are on it. Sometimes, friends, we will be far apart from our holy center. Other times we will find ourselves so close, it's as if we can touch it and yet not quite there. But wherever you find yourself today, know that you are on the holy path, that the one who called you into being loves you and is inviting you on this grand journey, not to torture you, not to poke you with a stick, not to create you into some sort of twisted pretzel, but to bring into you the grace and the peace and the love that he has for you, to give you all good gifts in your life. And that through the struggles and through the pain, through the feelings of exile on the outsides, and through the feelings of near accomplishment as we come towards the holy center, in all of it, we are boundaried by the holy presence of the one who loves us and made us and calls us home. So friends, my hope to you today is you remember you're on the journey. You remember that you are in the labyrinth, and if you feel turned around, that's okay. If you feel at the edges, it's all right. If you get the glimpse of the holy center, that's terrific. And even if you feel like maybe you're longer in tooth and you are in the time of unwinding, that no matter where you are, you still are boundaried by the love of Christ Jesus. All right, friends, I'm going to go walk a labyrinth. I'm going to go spend some time in this beautiful space and see what it has to say to me today. I hope you are encouraged on your walk, and we'll pick it up tomorrow with another 11:11.